Berserk changed my life, and for those who know, it's arguably the best piece of fiction. The undertones of religion, a dichotomy of fate versus free will, blurs the lines. Our protagonist, Guts, is like a test subject to see if fate really runs our lives or if we can change. And trust me, don't think too hard about it. It's a little too complex to fully understand for anyone. The author of Berserk, Kentaro Miura, has stated in multiple interviews that the characters Gut and Griffith were based on the relationship between him and his friend Mori, who eventually became his assistant and is now carrying the legacy of Berserk to the very end. Clearly, what Griffith did to Guts was not at all what happened between the two, but is more of solely the relationship of the two. Miura as Griffith and Miro as Guts, but it has more of a happy ending. Personally, my favorite character is Griffith, which might surprise you, but I might end up convincing you to hate Griffith a little less. If you put yourself in his shoes and are obsessive about dreams as he is, the eclipse doesn't seem as bad. Mine is what he did after he became a demon, which is not tolerable whatsoever. He let his dreams consume him, and in his eyes, we still don't know if that's an overall good thing. He was tortured for a year, kept one hit away from death at all times, and the dream of ruling a kingdom that he wanted so bad and worked for his whole life seemed to be falling out of his grasp. And instead of putting it on himself for his wrongdoings, he blamed the person who he believed caused this to happen. Guts. He cared about Guts so much that he would forget about his dream and even risk losing it. In the last chapter Miro released, it was revealed that Griffith was a Moonlight Child that was with Guts and Casca, and he states that he really missed the times he spent with them and the Band of the Hawk. But it's too late, and right away the switch of protecting his dreams kicks in when he kidnaps Casca, so he won't be vulnerable when there's a full moon and he has to teleport all the way over to wherever Guts and Casca are, which would hinder his progress to his dream. Back to the overall theme of the story. Griffith wants a friend. By his definition, a friend is someone who is equal to him in all regards, and isn't living to fulfill Griffith's dream, but rather his own, and he puts it above everything else. At first, Guts wasn't that friend. He lived for Griffith's dream. Griffith basically referred to him as a slave when they had first met and defeated him in a duel. But when he overheard Griffith say this to Princess Charlotte, he decided to leave the Band of the Hawk and journey throughout the world to realize what his dream truly was, apart from just fighting and killing with his sword. And Griffith became so angry when this happened. And why is that? Well, it's simple. Griffith never wanted to realize his dream. He wanted to keep experiencing battle with Guts and the rest of the Band of the Hawk, and Guts leaving ultimately made him put his dreams first, at all costs. It's really saddening watching the demise of Griffith, because after the eclipse, we aren't blatantly shown it, but we know it's true because Griffith has already completed his dream to rule a kingdom, and he's now looking to take over the entire world, which is vastly different from his original dream. And who knows, maybe he's doing this for Guts to progress as a person, to finally let go of his hate and become the friend he's always longed for. Because I know for sure Berserk won't end with Guts killing Griffith and the story's over. No, it will be way more complex, and personally, though I want Guts to be the one who kills Griffith, I don't think he will, and I don't even know if Griffith will die at the end. Maybe it's even Guts. All we know is that Kentaro Miura told his assistant Miro the ending of Berserk, and Miro will continue to release chapters until they reach the ending, which seems relatively close. And in my life, Berserk has really made me think about dreams. An excerpt from The Alchemist states you need to chase your personal legend while experiencing the things around you, and he did it with the symbolism of holding oil in a spoon. At first, the man told the apprentice, who was there to find out the meaning of happiness, to not spill any oil. Of course he didn't, but then the man asked him what he noticed about the temple. Nothing, he said. He was too focused on the oil in the spoon, or our purpose. Once again, the man told the apprentice to now hold the spoon and look around at his temple. If you know where I'm going with this, he ends up being able to describe everything, but has spilled all of the oil. So now in my life, I'm going to chase my dream of running track and field and making videos while taking in all of the world and the experiences. In retrospect, Griffith was wrong. He was too focused on his dream, and at times couldn't balance his fun with the Band of the Hawk and his dream to rule a kingdom. Next time, I'll be focusing more on fate versus free will involving Guts and his character progression. Viz Kron out.